Manchester United 4, Wolves 3, a wonderful win for Manchester United. However, ladies and gentlemen, I literally have to catch a flight in 5 hours, so let's get down to business. We're going to talk about some of the highlights of the game against Wolves. And the first thing we're going to talk about is, of course, the first goal, the Marcus Rashford goal. And I have to say that the first goal, the second goal, and the fourth goal, that beautiful Kobbie Mainoo goal, which we're going to talk a lot about, but let's take it one step at a time. All of them have one thing in common, which is that they all included patterns of beautiful off-the-ball movement by the Manchester United players. So, for example, here in the first goal, the ball finds itself to the right wing from, nice pass from Bruno Fernandes. But here I want you to focus a little bit on this move right here by Garnacho, because without this move right here, we would not be able to open up this passing lane over here for Diogo Dalot to find a pass towards Bruno Fernandes. Now here, Bruno Fernandes, also with his movement and this dummy move right here, he's taken Dawson, the other center back, with him, therefore allowing Hojlund to be in a 1v1 situation against Kilman. It affords him more space and it allows him to put this pass right here towards Marcus Rashford, who of course obliges with a beautiful finish. And again, one of the reasons why Manchester United haven't been able to score a lot this season is because our movement of the ball has been abysmal. Our players look too static to be able to create anything. In order to break down organized defenses or defenses that sit deep, you need to move a lot. You need to create interesting off the ball movement patterns. And Manchester United did that very well against Wolves. And here, this goal by Marcus Rashford, I know that there's been a lot of drama around this player for the past week. I do not condone anything that he's done. I think that he needs to act professionally. However, I'll say this. I have a lot of respect for a player who does his talking on the pitch, not on social media. Next, the second goal. So the second goal came from a build-up play that started with Onana, another hallmark of Manchester United under Erik ten Hag. That's something that we've been doing under Erik ten Hag and doing very well. So Onana here goes with the long ball towards Diogo Dalot, who has improved a lot lately. Beautiful control under pressure. Now what's interesting here, let me get back a little bit. Okay, so here it's Garnacho's move again. So by moving towards this area right here, he's taking Totti with him, therefore opening up this space, which of course Diogo Dalot is going to exploit. So now as Diogo Dalot is coming inside, Garnacho is going wide. Diogo Dalot is going to find him, and now the opposite is going to happen because Dalot is actually just steaming through this lane right here, taking the Wolves player with him, which means that now there is this space in the middle that is being opened up for Garnacho. So the thing is, I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying, wow, the Manchester United players are playing so well right now against Wolves. It's not that the players have improved a lot. It's just that when you create space, you have way more time on the ball, therefore you can create more quality. Everything looks better. Every player looks more dangerous because they have more spaces to exploit. And then here, Garnacho, of course, is going to go wide towards Marcus Rashford. Now, we know what happened here. Marcus Rashford is going to wait for the overlap from Luke Shaw, who's going to put in a cross for Hojlund. But let's focus on Rasmus Hojlund right here. If there is one thing I was certain about, one thing that I'm certain about is that this young man right here is going to be a great success at Manchester United. He has everything that a great elite center forward needs to have. So look at him right now. Him and Dawson in a tussle. So look at this. Hojlund knows what he wants to do. Dawson knows what Hojlund wants to do. So Hojlund here even uses physicality, pushing Dawson. This is my box, and I'm going to do exactly what I plan on doing. And then Hojlund pushes him and then moves so fast, so determined, so driven into position. And then, of course, there was only going to be one winner, and it's Hojlund. And then that's 2-0 Manchester United. Now, in this game, we had so many chances in the first half to just kill off Wolves. We were so in control. We kept them at arm's length, and we were so dangerous whenever we had the ball. But we had 2 goals that were chalked off, and we had a few opportunities where I was like, come on, guys, you cannot be wasting these opportunities. For example, this one. This was such a good chance right here. Look at this. So Wolves tried to create something. And then Casemiro right here, beautiful interception. Look at that. That's elite defending from Casemiro. The ball goes towards Hojlund. And here, great hold-up play from Hojlund. What you want from your center forward is not just finishing, but it's also plays like this. Keeps the ball, highly composed, fully aware of what's around him, beautiful technically, and then look at this pass. This pass right here, the perfect weight, the perfect timing, the perfect direction. deep towards Bruno Fernandes's run. And then here, guys, on my notebook, literally, this sequence, I just called it WTF, because I was like, what the hell is happening here? How did we miss this? Look at Bruno Fernandes. Come on. Listen, I cannot slate Bruno Fernandes because he is one of our best players. Everything that we do well goes through him. But this game, he was actually way more wasteful than I've been used to Bruno Fernandes performing, to the level of performances that he's been given. But this ball should have been right here towards Garnacho, and this should have been a goal. It reminds me of that counter-attacking goal that Cristiano Ronaldo scored against Arsenal in the Champions League semi-final back in 2009. That's what should 2008, sorry. That's what should have been, but we've been wasteful. And then when you add the fact that there was this clearance on the line by Lisandro Martinez, who was also very good against, reminding us what we've missed on that left centre-back spot, I've been thinking, guys, this is going to be one of those classic cases of us having a lot of opportunities, not seizing them, and then just bottling the whole thing. And of course, here we started having more pressure from the Wolves players, and of course, they got a really soft penalty, and they got one back, and it was game on at 2-1. But here, Erik ten Hag made two substitutions that to me are like day and night. Okay. Let's talk about the first one, the positive, and it's Scott McTominay. Casemiro had an early yellow card. The game was about to get frantic. He's coming back from injury, so I get what Erik ten Hag was trying to do, protect him. And Scott McTominay is the best player to replace Casemiro with. But Scott McTominay has many flaws, and a lot of Manchester United fans don't really rate him. And rightly so. I think that he's a limited midfielder. But one area where he excels is right here in the box. So here what's happening is that, as you can see, Wolves, they actually have the same set piece setup as Manchester United. That means three players here, man marking the three players who are about to attack the ball. And then you have their center backs over here, for example, mainly Kilman right here, who are marking these zones right here. Now, what Scott McTominay does is that he just walks away from his marker, who is Doyle, who for some reason doesn't follow him. And look, Doyle tells Kilman, okay, now get Scott McTominay. But of course, that's not Kilman's job. Kilman's job is not to man-mark a player. His instructions is to actually mark this zone, this area. And so he's not equipped for that. The ball comes in, beautiful ball from Bruno Fernandes, and then Scott McTominay is there at the right time, and beautiful goal. So, Erik ten Hag's substitution here was vindicated, and at 3-1, we should have just closed the game. But, of course, we conceded that Kilman goal from poor defending in the box. But the second substitution, Antony. Here is what I have to say. It's rare that I criticize Manchester United players. I always give our players the benefit of the doubt. But this guy right here, it's laughable, it's ridiculous how bad he is. And it's my opinion that he needs to start from zero. That means, to me, he needs to be treated like a young player at Manchester United who is starting at academy level. That means that he needs to prove in training why he deserves a spot on the pitch for the first team. And then when he plays, he needs to show what he can do on the pitch. For example, here, we had Amad Diallo on the pitch. Now, with Antony and the poor performances that he's been given all season, why wasn't Amad Diallo given the nod ahead of Antony? Not only was Antony abysmal when he came on, but he was also partially at fault for the third goal that we've conceded. This was from a Manchester United corner. In these situations, look, Luke Shaw keeps the ball, gives it to Antony. What you do in these situations is you play it safe. This was in the 94th minute. This is basic game management. Just keep the ball safe. Pass it back to these guys right here. Recycle possession. Waste time. Just run the clock. And yet what Antony does, again, tries to showboat, tries to do too much. We lose the ball, but we are so overly committed. So I say he's partially responsible because the other players are responsible as well. Why would we commit so many men forward in a set piece when we are just trying to protect the lead? And then, of course, Wolves are one of the best teams in transition. They have players like Cunha and Sarabia and Pedro, who are Pedro Neto, who are very good in 1v1 situations, very pacey. Find ourselves in this situation. You don't want to have Pedro Neto in this area with his left foot. The ball goes between Rafael Varane's legs. Onana cannot react fast enough. 3-3. And here I thought that, of course, my predictions were coming to fruition. That's it. We bottled it. And the signs were clear. We did not take our chances. And there was poor defending. And we just gave away the control in second half to Wolves. But that was without counting on this young man right here. What a wonderful talent Kobbie Mainoo is. But again, this goal, while of course a lot of people focused on Kobbie Mainoo's talents, and rightly so, he made this goal happen. The same thing that I said about the first and second goal, off the ball movement, is going to play a key role here that a lot of people are sleeping on, and sleeping on how important it is in modern football. So Omari Forson over here gets the ball back towards Mainoo. Mainoo goes past the player, and then here, look, oh come on, that's just beautiful. That's so classy. And guys, this guy, he reminds me so much of Clarence Seedorf. Such a classy player, so composed, so technically at ease, so technically gifted. It's crazy. But here, what's gonna happen is that this area right here is actually clogged. There's just so much traffic in here. Even with Kobbie Mainoo's skill, he would not find himself in that position, except if this guy, Forson, makes the following run. So Forson goes into that run, taking Lamina with him over here. Lamina is the defensive midfielder that Wolves has. So by him going and following Omari Forson over here, he's opening up this space right here for Kobbie Mainoo. And Kobbie Mainoo, look at that finish. It's just so easy for him, and it's so beautiful into the side netting. What a beautiful goal. And I just want to say, it's just wonderful how some of our academy graduates, like Kobbie Mainoo in this game against Wolves, Garnacho last season against Fulham, are able to score beautiful individual last minute goals, and that's just incredible. That's what Manchester United is all about. So this was a very good performance from Manchester United. We should have killed the game in the first half. We have allowed, through poor game management and poor defending, Wolves to get back in the game, but Kobbie Mainoo has saved us. But I've seen some good patterns of play from the Manchester United players. Clear improvement. This game is on the bag. Looking forward to the next one. Up until next time, my next video is probably going to be from Morocco. So stay tuned to that one. I'm going home for a break, for a 2-week break. So I'm going to still be making videos over there. Stay tuned for those. Please let me know what you think about this game in the comment section below. Until next time, cheers.